Cyanic Silver back, and this time I'm going to the Darkwoods map. And I have a lot of fond memories on it due to the Time of Reunion event some years back. Alright, it's Cowboy on the Darkwoods map. This map actually is kind of new, relatively new, at least compared to some of the other ones like Sacred Heart or Moonlit River Park. This map was part of the Time of Reunion event, I think 2021, 2022-ish, back when Little Girl was newly introduced, and some more story about Orpheus was introduced into the game. I forgot what the special game mode was called, but it was basically survivors have to find Little Girl while the hunter tried to prevent that. If the survivors found the Little Girl, then it would continue on as normal. The game would continue as normal, like any other 4v1. But if the survivors failed, then it would be a hunter win. And after that one, there was another game event where there was a bot hunter for Orpheus or Nightmare. And the bot hunter was not very good. I don't think it's in any of these. I will point it out if I can see it, but there was a rocket chair by the Cowboy's fires. Those always get me. Even though I watch for Cowboy, he can call those fires to himself and damage any survivors caught in the path. But if the survivor is not caught in the path, then it reaches Cowboy, then it will grant him a movement speed bonus. But back to the bot Orpheus, if the survivor was caught between the rocket chair and the water wheel near that green river, the bot would get confused, and it was a good place to get an easy win. So someone would lead the hunter to that place, and there would usually also be a seer. So seer would sometimes stand around, watch them to regain owls, and then while everyone else finished decoding, open the exit gate, all that stuff, after the exit gate was open, everyone was waiting, the seer would signify that other person it's time to go by sending in an owl. Again and again. So that was a good way to farm some easy XP, but the developers took note a lot of people were abusing that, so they adjusted the rocket chair placement so they can't do that anymore. And now it's adjusted, no one can go into that, abuse that little exploit. It was fun while it lasted, but oh well. Also, it was not, at the time, it was not a real person being the hunter, it was a bot controlled by the system, so I don't think of it all that bad. Obviously, if it was a real hunter, yes, it would be a very bad exploit. But because it was bot hunter at the time, no, I don't think it all that bad. Anyways, speaking about all these characters, I've already talked about Cowboy. This one is also using the mono skin from the Little Nightmares crossover event. Cowboy's ability, in addition to pulling the fires to himself, which I already explained, is that he can plant down those trees, which will produce those flames, and survivors that leave the area of effect of the tree will be slowed for a couple of seconds. Now, Cowboy. His ability is that he has a lasso, which he can use to vault himself around, or he can grab survivors, whether they be ballooned or chaired, which you saw a little bit with the Cowboy and Cheerleader earlier. And forward, his ability is that he has a football that he can quickly dash around and either use it to evade the hunter or stun the hunter. How long the hunter stun lasts depends on how long Forward was charging with his football. I've tried it before. It is kind of unwieldy to use the football, so I don't use Forward all that much. I've tried Cowboy too. I'm still learning him. Oh, bad one, Cowboy, but you tried body blocking for Cheerleader? Good one. And since Cowboy is occupied with Cheerleader, Cowboy, and Forward while Prisoner is decoding in the background, this might turn out to be a survivor win, maybe a tie. But Prisoner down there also did a good job with decoding the cipher strategically, so the last one is now very far away from all the action. Prisoner can now peacefully decode without worrying about the hunter. Since there's sort of, I guess, a barrier of completed ones, it would take a very long time for Axe Boy to get over there when there are much closer targets. I kind of wish I recorded the time of reunion Darkwoods event, but I didn't have all this technology at the time. I didn't have all my video editing software. I didn't have have a very good computer. So yeah, I wish I did at the time, so I could also see the progression of how things were different back then compared to now. Now, there are some characters like Forward who can only pick up an item once the original item has been... Actually, no, Forward is not one of them, but other characters like Knight can only pick up an item once their current item has been depleted. And that's a tie. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and please let me know if you have any tips for improvement.